What is it?
Wartile. Hello and welcome to The Essential Gamer. My name is Lee and you are joining me today for another episode of What Is It? And what it is a good variation of a tabletop game. So Wartile kind of reminded me straight off the bat of these games that I used to play when I was younger. Not quite Dungeons and Dragons, sort of like the entry level sort of what would be tabletop gaming. And what it manages to do is sort of take away all the dice elements and all the difficulty and keep all the good bits. So you start off in your village, your Jarl is dead, I presume you're his son or something like that, and you're going to take over his mantle, and what it allows you to do is play out little parts of story while moving your pieces around. The pieces are living characters. It's quite cute, to be honest with you. Everything looks quite nice. All the story is developed and delivered with these stills of the different characters and different poses and things like that. And there are animations to your pieces, so they're not completely static, which is good. Battle is a cooldown turn-based type thing where you have special abilities available. Positioning matters. Height, things like this. If you're behind a character, you'll do more damage and take less damage and that sort of thing. And there's also buffs and pick-upables and unlockables and all this sort of stuff around each board, as they call it. And the variety is actually quite good because you get this opportunity to use your characters and level them up and give them better equipment, but you can also use cards which is specific to you as a player, so things like roadblocks and bear traps. You can cast a berserker on a certain character to give them an energy boost and a strength buff, and that sort of thing is quite nice with the gameplay. There's lots of little secrets, there's some hidden things on each level and certain criteria, sort of side missions to complete, as well as your overriding purpose. Again, nice variation. And I thought the variation in the enemies in the first few levels was actually quite surprising. I expected to be coming up against the same sort of grunts and sort of basic enemies, and it mixes it up really quickly. After each level completed, you get a rundown of all the cards that you've used, all the things you've unlocked, all the enemies you've beaten, the amount of gold and loot that you found, what weapons you've managed to conjure up, what equipment, blah 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 blah. You get the idea. It likes to give you loads of stuff and it likes to give you a rundown. My one criticism of this screen is that all of the writing, the font is too small. It's pointless. You can't read a goddamn thing. Besides that, this is fairly capable. I mean, I don't think the hardened Dungeons and Dragons and that sort of Warhammer fan would be pushed by it, but let's just have a look at the package and we'll see what you think. So you start off with your world map where you can select different boards, i.e. missions to go and complete. You have a tavern of which you can select more characters to add to your arsenal and wage wars with. Once you have your characters, you can unlock certain special cards for that individual character. And this allows them to have a sort of special move within battle. And as well as the cards and things like that you unlock for the characters, you've got the buffs, which are like adding on speed, defense, dexterity, etc, 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 until you level them all the way up. And then once you finish doing that, you can give them different equipment, from axes, sticks, shields, and you get the idea. As you progress through the levels, you unlock and pick up better things to better equip yourself to be better equipped. And if you have too many, you sell them. Now, as far as you're concerned as a player, you get a certain deck of cards as well, and once you've collected enough and you've unlocked enough, you can set up quite a decent hand to help your characters through their levels. So things like I said before, like the berserker skill, there's things to unlock, special crates dropping, you can many plethora of different abilities available to you, and this adds a different side to the fight. It's not just a case of getting your character to go and have a scrap. And once you do manage to level up and get more characters, you'll find yourself in different places, from snowy mountains to pumpkin patches to evil dwellings underground. There's literally loads, and this is the thing that surprised me the most about Wartile. It looks so much better than I thought it was going to, and I really did enjoy the gameplay. Because there's no dice and not so much of a random element to it, you can control where your player goes and you're controlling the fights as you see fit. And really, I didn't have much to moan about. I don't think it's going to be for everyone because it is very tactical at times and there is a little bit of brain power for it. Those who have played it before on the PC would be aware of what it's all about, but for me personally, if you liked tabletop, if you like Dungeons and Dragons or the thought of Warhammer, but you don't like all the dice and the keeping tabs on stats, I think Wartile is going to be something that you'll actually enjoy. So why not give it a go? It's currently available. So there you go. Anyway, thanks very much for listening to me talk absolute bollocks as usual. I hope you're all staying safe and keeping yourselves well, most mentally and physically. And if you enjoyed this video, please give us a thumbs up, share it, do all the good stuff, and make sure you subscribe. 98% of viewers are not subscribed. That's unacceptable. Anyway, you've been watching The Essential Gamer. I'm Lee, and as always, until next time, goodbye.